So here it is, guys, after the race. I think the reason why Jimmy Johnson won there is probably because I was wearing Jimmy Johnson. We might explain it. Anyway, here's the deal. Even if I was, if you really would look at it, I think when I made the adjustment, it was really the best adjustment I could actually make for wedge and everything, because I was able to really get to them. Which, if I had the other setup, my tires would have just fell off, pretty much. I would never had a chance to run them down. But if you take a look, I would have finished second or possibly third, probably third, maybe second. Because if you look in the last turn of the last lap, we were 3 wide, and if I was to lift a little bit, just to let, I believe it was Dale Jr. that was leading on the bottom, or Tony Stewart, if I would have let them by, they would have won the race, which I could have finished maybe, probably no second or third, like I said, but we would have been 4 wide and a greater risk at wrecking. And if I was to get turned right there instead of getting turned to the outside wall, and how I rebounded and did a 360 instead, I would have got turned into the inside wall, hit the inside wall, probably wouldn't be able to get the car straight, and then everybody else that was on the top of the racetrack would have went around, and I would have finished like, well, the last car on the lead lap like 13th or 15th, which would have been horrible. But we only lost 15 points to Matt, so we're now pretty much between me and Matt Kenseth going for the actual championship. He's 88 points back. And the next race is going to be at Darlington. So I'm feeling very confident at Darlington because we won there back in the spring. I think it was the 4th or 5th race of the season, which I usually don't do good at Darlington, but surprisingly the car handled well. So we're going to go back to those setup. We're probably going to actually tighten the car. It's probably going to have a little more wedge in it because, it's fall time. The track temp's going to be a little bit different than what it was, saying 7 or 8 months ago. About eight months ago. So we're going to go back to Darlington. We're going to go for a win because I know we can. Don't know about Miami, but 88 points is good. I feel more comfortable having around, even if we were at 54 points ahead, I still feel pretty comfortable. We can go with like a top 15 and still pull it off. So I'm going to go there and win. So once we win, or at least pull off a top 5, which I know we really can, we'll be back about 100 to 105, maybe 110 points ahead of Matt going into the championship race with no worries. We could finish 30th and still win the championships. That's the story. We're sticking to it, and I'll see you at Darlington.